We need answers. We have heard about DACA ending, so we will hear from PASA's Executive Director and ICER's Board President, Moni Velasco, about the DACA announcement and what it means.
Hi. So this is just an announcement. We had a court hearing today, as many of you know, in Texas, and we were expecting a very bad decision from a judge in Texas. We don't have that decision today, but we do still expect that decision is going to come as soon as next week. So right now, what we're advising people is to continue to renew your DACAs. We don't know what day this decision is coming. We do know that lawyers have to submit additional arguments on Monday. So we could have, a few more days of an opportunity to apply for DACA. So I'm going to just say it in Spanish.
Thank you, Moni. We are now going to hear a testimony from Citlali and William, who will tell us what to do now giving DACA's announcement.
Hello, I'm with the Brighton Park Neighborhood Council. My name is Citlali. I'm undocumented and unafraid. I was asked to speak on DACA and why it should stay again. What a surprise. I am tired of standing up here. Something I've realized from standing up here and telling my story since Trump's presidency was announced and all through our battle to maintain DACA is that it doesn't matter if I'm a great student and that I want to go to college. This shouldn't make me any more deserving than anyone else for protection.
Right. Yep.
My brother is also undocumented, and oftentimes I used his story to compare it to mine. He struggled in high school a lot. I would always say that thanks to my brother's bad choices, I have been motivated to do better than him, as if it was his fault. I didn't realize I was contributing to the good and bad immigrant narrative. It wasn't his fault. The blame is in our government. My brother, unlike me, had the chance to apply for DACA, but he didn't, because as crazy as it sounds, he was afraid that it would put his safety at risk. A part of me, when I found out, was mad at him. Pero sí tenía razón. Our city has never been safe enough for undocumented immigrants under any presidency. This was before the Trump administration and its many attacks on immigrant rights. DACA could end any day now. Over 100,000 people, 800,000 people, could lose their protection, and thousands will never have the chance to apply, including me. I have been undocumented and unprotected for 16 years now. 16 years. I want protection, but real change only happens if we challenge the dreamer narrative, which was created by white legislators to limit us, criminalize us, and create a divide between those who are eligible for DACA and those who aren't. It is important that when we say protection for all, we mean it, and we don't leave anyone behind. We can't continue to fight for protection if we continue to accept and overlook each other's criminalization. We cannot continue to say that some deserve protection while others are targeted and listed on the gang database by the police officer in their school. No matter what, no one should be in danger of deportation when they go to school or to a hospital. Getting arrested should not put you in risk for deportation. Sabemos que la chota y la migra son la misma porquería. La chota, la migra, la misma porquería. La chota, la migra, la misma porquería. La chota, la migra, la misma porquería. That is why we need to save the Safe Zones Act. So I'm calling on Governor Rauner to do what he can here in Illinois to protect everyone. Governor Rauner must sign the Safe Zones Act today. DACA recipients, don't forget to renew your applications as soon as possible. There has been no court decision yet, but there is no time to wait. For anyone interested in supporting DACA recipient applicants, you can donate to a fund to help pay for DACA renewals at www.icer.org. All the proceeds will go directly to paying cost of applying. Thank you.
Thank you so much for sharing your story, Silali. As we push our elected officials to fight for and be accountable to our communities, we must also keep the long game in mind and remember to continually build our collective power so that we can transform unjust and inequitable systems of power that keep all of us down to ones that uplift and empower people everywhere. Because let's be clear, the fight does not end with the passage of the Safe Zones Act. To fully fight back, we must use every tool in our toolbox that our communities have. And one of those tools is the vote. While we will continue to speak out for what we want, we must also use elections as a vehicle to build the collective power of our communities so that elected officials cannot ignore us. For those of us who can, we must get out the vote and ensure that our elected officials listen to us, represent us, are accountable to our needs, and fight together for all of our families. We need to vote in elected officials that support immigrant justice and believe in the safety of our communities. This is why HANA Center is here today alongside many other organizations to call on Rauner to sign the Safe Zones Act once and for all. Because when our immigrant communities are under attack, what do we do? What do we do? We stand up and fight back. Because we're putting the notice to all of our politicians on notice this summer and fall because we're going to be registering thousands of new voters to come out and vote for representatives who will fight for justice in our city halls, in Springfield, and in the halls of Congress. We must demand that our elected officials stop criminalizing our communities and rather invest in our people. The actions that our electeds take or don't take in response to the solutions we demand for our communities, we will remember in November. If you are not registered to vote, you can register at ICIRR's website at www.icirr.org or find someone right now in a yellow vest who can help you register right now. And even if you're not eligible to vote, you can still help register and bring thousands out to the polls on Election Day. Let's remember to take care of ourselves and each other while staying involved and holding our elected officials accountable. Because we must continue to build community power and remember that the people united will never be divided.
Introduce a politician that we haven't had to push, that has been working with our community for many, many years, and is the lead sponsor of the Immigration Safe Zones Act. So please welcome Senator Harman.
Thank you, Moni, and thank you to the whole coalition. I did not come here to speak today. I came here because I was in the neighborhood and I wanted to hear your voices. I've been talking in Springfield to my colleagues and I've been successful with some and not with others. But I need your voice. I need you to raise your voice to talk to my colleagues that we haven't convinced, especially to talk to Governor Rauner. He needs to sign the safe zones and we need to be able to pass bills like this with unanimous votes in Springfield. We need everybody to stand up for families of all shapes and sizes across the state of Illinois, because we're all trying to do the same thing. We're all trying to make a better life for our families, but to give our kids something that we didn't have. And the work that you all do, your voices are so much louder than they were last year and so much louder than they were 10 years before that. So please keep it up. Don't get tired. Don't get frustrated. Keep yelling at all of us politicians to do the right thing, because after a while we do listen. God bless you all. Keep up the fight.
On Saturday, September 1st at 1 p.m., we will hold a rally to end ICE detentions and expansion in Kankakee County. I hope you can join us at the Kankakee Courthouse on September 1st. Let's send a message to county officials that our conviction is strong, our numbers are big, and our collective voices will not be silenced. We're fighting back against detentions locally, but we also need our governor to stand up and take the necessary action to protect immigrants across the state. Governor Rauner, stand with immigrant families and sign the Safe Zones Act today. Thank you.
Thank you, David. Now, let's hear from another member of the Lethal Poetry Slam team, Chris Aldana. Chris is a multi-ethnic Filipina raised in Southeast Asia. She believes our stories need to be told and we should never dilute our poetry for the colonizers.
What's up everyone? Magandang hapon sa inyong lahat. Maraming salamat po. Kalayaan means freedom in my mother tongue. See, it's a word I should have known long ago, but assimilation cuts our tongues out of us too young. Forces its way through our teeth to colonize our throats, so we teach our children to mind their P's and Q's. And yes, sir, no, sir, thank you, officer. Keep your head down, kid. Don't make waves. Look the other way. Toe the line and fall in line, or you're out of line. So when the revolution comes knocking on our doors, we lock them. We draw the curtains shut tight, turn the volume up on our TVs. Maybe some of us think of calling the police. Maybe some of us do. See, it doesn't matter that the fist raised might be as brown as our own. It doesn't matter that they look at all of us the same way. Dog eaters and savages and less than them, less than human. How quickly we forget how we came here. Hidden or huddled or hunched over with the weight of an entire generation on our backs, determined to scrub the trauma out of our memories, decided to speak of dictators in hushed tones. Convinced ourselves protest is a dirty word. See, we smoothed the edges of a jagged war that ripped into our land and flung us back into the grip of foreign control. How quickly we forget why we came here. How we fled tyrants that made our cousins disappear for their descent. How quickly we forget. How we dodged curfews that kept our resistance underground. How quickly we forget. How we marched in front of military tanks. How we shut the streets down. How quickly we forget that there's parts of Chicago that look just like the third world we fought so hard to free ourselves from. How quickly we forget. And so we teach our children to think white and act white, because white's right, but white lies and white smiles, while it lets us believe that we're free. And you better believe that when they come for us, our expensive degrees are going to sell us all the way out when they come for us. Our citizenship won't mean shit because they think we're all fresh off the ship when they come for us. Our white collars are not going to protect our brown necks when they come for us. And they will come for us. Are you going to fight for us? Isang bagsak, everyone.
Thank you, Chris, and thank you to all our wonderful, amazing performers. How's everybody feeling? Feel good? I'm feeling very powerful tonight, and that is because as a collective, we are powerful. My name is Paula. I'm a leader with Asian Americans Advancing Justice. I'm here today because we are, yet again, we find ourselves at a time of uncertainty. And as undocumented folks, this is not a new feeling, and it never has been. When my parents moved to the United States, they could never have imagined that this was the context that they would be raising their kids in. But instead of uncertainty, we deserve safety. We deserve dignity. We deserve humanity. We deserve the passage of these bills in Illinois. Now is the time. What are we going to do to ensure that Rauner can hear us? What are you willing to do to protect immigrants in Illinois? There are 3 things you can do today. First, you can get more postcards and letters to the governor. We need to swarm his office with those. These can be dropped off at ICER or Advancing Justice by August 20th. Second, make calls to the governor. Swarm his office. Again, tell him that we need him to sign these bills into law now. There is no waiting. Third, if we haven't heard from Governor Rauner's office, then we will have no other option but to increase pressure. Please hold August 21st as a potential day of action. August 21st. We may have to send a louder message so that Rauner can hear us. We have volunteers wearing vests who can hand out materials and the fashionable yellow vests. Can y'all raise your hands? And so you can get postcards or look for postcards from them. Let's get the safe zones passed. Let's get the safe zones demands. Ready? What do you want? What do we want? When do we want it? When? 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 Now. Thank you.
Verbiage to make it be like.
What does mock mean?
That's just for grammar. Yeah. So this is together. I just did it in the colors to separate it also
So this
for the
means
Filipino
together.
colors.
Where's family? Where's
Familia.
familia?
Yeah.
And where's belong?
So that's like the idea of kasama. And then this is just like the grammar of it to make it like belong together.
So we actually have to record something real quick, but I'd be more than happy to talk with you
All
about
right.
this
Can I be in there? In the recording?
It's up to you.
All right.
Okay, first.
Oh, you first? Okay.
Oh, I see.
You can
Okay. Okay. You just have to leave pretty soon,
Yeah.
so.
30 seconds. Or
Okay,
1 minute.
30 seconds. all right.
Identify yourself and
Okay.
and let me know what happened.
Oh, sorry. Okay.
And you will say what happened today.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, my name is Joseph Gelarios of the Journal.
Hi, my name.
I'm here with me.
Sorry, but hi, I'm Hannah Doruelo. I'm a community organizer with Fire Chicago, which stands for the Alliance of Filipinos for Immigrant Rights and Empowerment. And we're here today at the Thompson Center to call on Governor Ronner to sign SB 35, the Safe Zones Act, and other bills that are part of the campaign for a welcoming Illinois. My impressions of today, I think I'm just really filled with power and hope. It's amazing to see so many different communities come out and stand strong together to demand our rights as residents of Illinois and as humans. And I think what especially strikes me as powerful is hearing people speak truth to their stories and acknowledge that the law is not made, that laws are made for men and that people are not made for the law. So that the importance of our laws is to protect us. And when we see them failing, and failing our people and failing our communities, it's so important that we speak to that and that we say that it's not right and that we move to change it. And what's important is that here today, it's not just people speaking on it, but these are people who've been working together, to call on the injustice. Do you want to share anything?
Do you have anything to add?
Oh, sure. My name is Danielle Tavera. I'm here with the Fire as well at the Safe Zone rally today. My impressions of today are I feel inspired, I feel motivated to keep participating and to keep showing up. A lot of people think that these rallies can be scary, but if anything, I feel like my anxieties have been washed away with all the love and support that the crowd came out with today and all the speakers shared with us today.
Thank you very much. And my name is Joseph Gelarios of the Journal. Maraming salamat.
Maraming salamat po.
So my name is Chris Aldana. I'm a recent Chicago transplant. I moved here in the spring of 2016. I currently work with a progressive Filipino organization that is nationwide called Unipro. I'm involved with running our Chicago chapter. I'm also part of a poetry collective called Lethal Poetry, and that's why I'm here today. I was invited by Monsi, one of the organizers from Advancing Justice, to share some of my poetry that deals with the struggles of our community and the immigrant struggle, and I felt it was important to be in this space and to tell our stories because Filipino stories don't often get told.
About that right now.
In this kind of
It's the first. I've performed poetry a lot, but I've never performed poetry at a immigration rally before, so it was a new experience for me. I felt the energy of the crowd. I felt like it really means a lot to be able to share your story in front of people who understand where you're coming from and who understand your history, and that's what I felt from the crowd today. Like I was saying something that they already knew.
I understand not a bad day. A parent or
Yes, my mom is from Cebu. My dad is from Australia.
Thank you very much, Chris. And my name is Joseph.
Maraming salamat po.
Videography, video editing and reporting. This is Joseph Gelariosa of the Journal Global Links and PelAmMessenger.com at the Thompson Building in Chicago, Illinois.